An employee was acting as the signal person for a crane operator at a construction project. During operations, the crane needed to move an I-beam to a drop point. In order to get a better view, the signaler decided to stand underneath the beam to guide it in. The crane operator lost sight of the signaler. However, assuming the task was nearly done, he continued to lower the beam. The signaler was crushed by the beam, and he was pronounced dead at the scene. Take a moment to pause and discuss. What went wrong? When the signaler stood under the I-beam, he was no longer safe. He assumed that the crane operator could see him and stop the beam. When the beam continued to lower, he did not have enough time to get out of the way and was killed. Additionally, the crane operator should have stopped the operation the moment he lost sight of his coworker, because the visual communication was broken. Always maintain clear visual contact and halt operations when it is lost. An employee was working on the ground at a construction site while his coworker operated a crane to transport building materials. The employee was walking across the construction site to retrieve a forgotten tool when the crane's load slipped from the rigging. The load fell on him. He sustained injuries to his head and spine. He spent 3 years in physical therapy to learn to walk and talk again. He could never return to construction work. Take a moment to pause and discuss. What went wrong? The employees in this situation lacked the necessary communication regarding the load. There was no signaler to help guide the crane operator and keep people out of the lifting zone. A signaler should be posted to stop crane movement when necessary and keep pedestrians away from places where they could be in danger. An employee was a new signaler who took over signaling for an operation around dusk. At one point, he noticed one of the steel pipes in the load start to slip out of the rigging when the operator lifted the load. He raised his hand above his head and made a fist to signal the operator to stop. The operator continued to raise the load, and a steel pipe slipped free and struck the side of the building they were working on. 2 employees inside the building sustained minor scrapes and bruises from falling debris. The construction operation was also delayed by 1 month due to the damages the building sustained. Take a moment to pause and discuss. What went wrong? Because of the lighting that evening, the operator couldn't distinguish the signal that this coworker was using. During the pre-lift meeting, the employee should have been included and taught the proper signals. This would have lessened any confusion in signaling, which would have prevented the other employees' injuries along with the extensive property damage.